What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to talk about the cryptocurrency market. Of course, we'll talk about the Ripple XRP price chart and we'll talk about the Bitcoin price chart. But really, I think we got to talk about what's been going on in the financial world because I don't know about you, but I feel this sense of just times are changing right now. If you're unfamiliar with what the big buzz is going on right now, it's really about this Reddit page called Wall Street Bets. But I would also think by now you have probably known that GameStop, the company, their stock price has done a big old Lambo candle straight to the upside. And a lot of that is being credited to this Reddit group called Wall Street Bets, which is essentially a group of 4 million people who actively worked to destroy the short position of some hedge funds in the GameStop stock price. Now, it's creating a ton of buzz all over the internet. It's creating what feels like some type of a revolution happening where the common person has found a kink in the armor of Wall Street. And we're seeing a type of unity among people that we haven't seen in a long time. It's been a while since, it hasn't just been bickering at each other, fighting at each other. But it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on right here. It feels like everybody is in agreement that Wall Street has been oppressing the normal person for too long. And here was an open letter that they wrote to CNBC, which has long been criticized to be in the back pocket of Wall Street and used as a tool to manipulate the general public. Here's their letter. Before you spend another day hosting your shill hedge fund buddies to come on the air and demonize Wall Street Bets, I hope you read this. Your contempt for the retail investor, which is your audience, is palpable, and if you don't get it together, you'll lose an entire new generation of investors. I keep thinking about these funds that are short GameStop, like your boys at Melvin Capital, your coverage of this subreddit, and I'm getting madder and madder. These funds can manipulate the market via your network, and if they screw up big because they don't even know the basics of Portfolio Risk 101 and using position sizing, they just get a bailout from their billionaire friends at Citadel. Then they have the nerve to turn us into public enemy number one just because we believe in an underdog company getting a second chance. We don't have billionaires to bail us out when we mess up or our portfolio's risk and position goes against us. We can't go on TV and make attempts to manipulate millions to take our side of the trade. If we mess up as bad as they did, we're wiped out. We have to start from scratch and are back. And I can't read the end of that thing. And essentially saying we want them to suffer. And all of these Twitter accounts are getting hundreds of thousands of followers with millions of people in this group and a hedge fund getting completely wiped out. And then this morning, to add insult to injury, Robinhood clients say the platform has removed GameStop and AMC and is only allowing holders to sell. We are witnessing the control of Wall Street on a rigged game. And the reality is, we all know it's a rigged game, and it's being shouted from the rooftops that it's a rigged game right now. Now, I think there's a lot of reasons for why GameStop is firing up, why we're seeing a lot of these assets firing up. Obviously, there's the narrative to go along with it. There's a lot of retail investors piling into the same positions, but we saw this in the cryptocurrency market during the last alt season. This is exactly how these things end up working. Large groups of people get together and they start moving around in a market. That's how you start getting absolutely crazy pumps, is when lots of people go to the same thing all at the same time. And we have now seen the corralling of a bunch of retail investors, all with the same mission of screw Wall Street. I was up late last night trying to think of like something to tweet about it because you can just feel the energy in the air. You can feel the united feeling of everybody together and how incredible it feels right now to not be like fighting each other, but fighting the true problem that's always been there. And then finally I came out with a tweet this morning and I said, if I could only think of an asset class that has been suppressed, oppressed, shorted, and attempted to be destroyed by the bankers and Wall Street for the last 3 years. And well, if you think they're not going to be coming over here, you got another thing coming to you. Because a simple look over at the what's trending and what's happening over here on the right side of the screen shows you what's really happening here and where this is all going. and that the excitement is just beginning over here. And we're starting out with Dogecoin. Out of all of them, we're starting with Dogecoin. But you better believe the money is about to flow into cryptocurrency, the most shorted and hated asset class by Wall Street that there is. And so, as we watch this total altcoin market cap of the cryptocurrency market still sitting here battling against this level right in here, this retracement level that we've been talking about, here we are with this big giant movement starting to show up of people wanting to just kind of screw Wall Street over and everything that Wall Street represents, which has been complete suppression of the cryptocurrency market. So, as we head into this moment and what happens, I mean, this is all unfolded relatively quickly, right? This whole movement of people in this belief system and this thing getting spread like a wildfire. And I mean, if you look at how fast that Reddit has grown, it only had like 3 million people in it yesterday. Now it's at 4.5 million. People are all on board that. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. In the end, we are all sick of being oppressed by the bailouts that happen for Wall Street when we can get completely wrecked by these markets. And they're the ones who are usually behind the scenes manipulating through the media. So we'll see if this is the moment where everything is going to break out and get really crazy. And I do want to talk about something really quick as we head into this, if it does play out like how it's played out in the past. Right now, the narrative is this big group of Reddit people, right? Wall Street bets. I think it's amazing. I think it's incredible. It's exciting, euphoric. It's unifying. I think it's just a wonderful thing to see out there. But at the same time, I remember what the altcoin seasons were like, right? The second you catch buzz that some particular coin is the one that's on their radar, that the one that they're focusing on, everybody wants to go chase that one, right? And I totally get it and I understand it, but it just becomes a ton of chasing through this market. For me, I've got all my bets placed. I've got myself spread throughout this market. Like I've always mentioned, my biggest altcoin that I own is XRP, but I'm spread throughout this market. I'm not going to go doing a ton of chasing of whatever it is that Wall Street Bets is going after or whatever the big buzz is, because eventually they'll find their way to the ones that I got in at really low prices. All about the percentages. The percentages are what matters. And I got myself planted nicely throughout this market. And whenever they decide to come on over to where I'm at, by all means, come on over. But it's going to be very tempting to want to chase everything that Wall Street Bets or whatever the general public is going after at one particular time. It's a game of whack-a-mole. It can get incredibly dangerous if you start chasing everything that they're chasing. Just remember, there's stuff that's cheap out there. It's going to get its turn, and things are looking pretty exciting right now. Not financial advice. Don't go doing anything, but you get what I'm saying. It's an exciting time right now, and I don't think this is going to be limited to GameStop and limited to Doge. I think we're seeing the very beginning of a complete blow off, chaotic moment happening throughout markets. And I don't know how long it's going to last, if it's going to last for months or if it's going to last for weeks or it's going to last for a year. I don't know. But if you can't feel the excitement of what's happening here and the unifying that's going on here, you're just not paying attention. And it's an incredible moment right now for the retail investor. And one of the things that we've always talked about on this channel since the very, very beginning of this channel is the 0.702 Fibonacci retracement. And you're gonna hear something from me here, right? It is so normal for the professionals out there to come out and short this level. This is the level where markets get shorted at. This whole area right here, the 618, 702, and 786. We can see that Bitcoin fell from that market back then there too. You can even see here when the gold bubble popped back in 2011 and 2012, that's the exact same level where it all gets shorted at, this 0.702. The shorts get entered in right here to go for another leg down. And this whole movement is all about going after these short squeezes and stopping this and causing chaos to Wall Street by getting them where they're hurting, right at where they're shorting. And well, you can see exactly what level this total altcoin market cap is at, and right where Wall Street and the big banks are all shorting cryptocurrencies right now. Our time is coming. So buckle up, because hopefully, this is our time to break through the 0.702 on the total altcoin market cap, and let's send this puppy to the moon. But all right, that's going to be it for this one. Man, I was feeling good today. I'm feeling pumped up about this. I feel the energy in the air, and it feels like it's our moment, that it's finally going to be our time to shine. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're aware of everything that's going on and how exciting it is right now. And I think this market is just on the verge of exploding, and it is so exciting. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like, you could check out my website over here. It's bcbacker.com. It's my course. It's got a ton of videos in it where I deep dive into the previous Bitcoin bull runs, the different altcoin market cycles, all of this kind of chaos that we've seen before when it comes to these different altcoins shooting off one after another, tying all that information together on how I'm planning to use that for my exit plans. And I put all that stuff in here on my course on bcbacker.com. You could follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.